Hunter items. Each have their benefits and drawbacks. Some are consistent, while the damage of others is completely outside of your control. But what have we forgot about that? What single item has the highest damage, and what should you build with it? I've built a simulation to find the answer to this very question. For context, my simulation calculates the best build that kills the entire enemy team in the fastest time. This time, every single item has been modelled at its fullest potential, with all of these items fully stacked. So just how will this change the hunter builds? Here's the top build for a standard hunter, when all of the inconsistent items are modelled at half of their damage potential. This build kills the whole enemy team in 18.07 seconds. How much time can we shave off here? If we run a simulation with every item at its fullest damage potential to see what builds kill the whole enemy team the fastest, here are the top 5 results. With a time to kill of 14.88 seconds, shaving 22% off of the time to kill for the average build. We can see what builds you should go if you're feeling lucky and think the stars will align for each item to be fully stacked exactly when you need it. But what if I told you we can get this time to kill down even further? I have purposefully excluded one single item out of this list. Odysseus Bow. It gives you no power, but could its passive of Chain Lightning really exaggerate your damage by that much? Now, Odysseus Bow has been modelled to always arc the maximum amount of times, which is equivalent to our simulated hunter gaining plus 75% auto attack damage, which is insane. If this 75% seems familiar to you, it's because that is exactly how much extra damage crit gives you. So when Odysseus Bow procs all 5 times, that's equivalent to having 100% crit chance. Of course, the mechanics of crit and Odysseus Bow are very different, and each have their benefits and drawbacks, with Odysseus Bow lacking in single target damage making it terrible for 1v1s, while crit is the ultimate 1v1ing stat, but it is easily counterable because of spectral armour. Let's go back and look at the top builds when every item is fully stacked again, but now Odysseus Bow is allowed to proc the full 5 times. We can see the builds have completely changed now, with crit falling massively out of favour, and the builds are now fully optimising to increase Odysseus Bow's damage by maximising power and penetration. We've shaved a massive 6 seconds off of the average build, which is massive, but that isn't the end of this story. We've just been looking at the builds when all items are at their max damage potential, which is unrealistic. What about when we look at builds where all items are reset to their average damage potential, but we still allow Odysseus Bow to proc the full 5 times? Here are the top 5 builds when all items have been reset to their average damage, except Oboe is still allowed to proc the full 5 times. We can see we easily smash that initial 18.07 average build I displayed earlier, and shave a full 4 seconds off of the time to kill. Crit has completely fallen out of favour now. This just goes to show if you're getting the most out of Odysseus Bow, like when the enemy team is grouped, it has even more damage potential than crit builds. I should also point out now that in all of these builds it assumes both tanks have spectral. I have modelled it in this way because Odysseus Bow essentially has no hard counter item like crit does. And even when the enemy doesn't have spectral, I can confirm Odysseus Bow appears in every top build when it bounces 5 times. But what do you think? Do you think it's best to forego single target damage for high area damage? Or is killing enemy squishies with crit quickly too valuable for you? Now that you know exactly how much damage Odysseus Bow is capable of, you can decide for yourself. As a little bonus to this video, I wanted to see Charybdis' potential when Oboe procs 5 times and Diamond Arrow is fully stacked. As we know from my previous video, Charybdis' Oboe and Kin's damage is increased by 33% compared to a standard hunter, so just how fast can she kill the enemy team when at her fullest potential? Here are her top builds. She kills the whole enemy team in an eye-watering 10.23 seconds, which is insane. And even when the enemy tanks don't have spectral, this remains as her top build. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't guess, do the math.